Hello, this is Brian again. I decided against going for it. I just don't have the energy. I started going for it. I was actually crossing the PCT, looking up at it, thinking, think I can make it, I probably could, but I don't know if I really want to push myself too much today anymore. I'm kind of tired, actually. Really tired. After whatever that was that messed my stomach up, sure took a lot of energy out of me. I thought I would have been better off today, because after I went back to work, I think it was the second day back to work, even the first day back, I was first day back from work, back to work on the 21st. I started off really sluggish, but then towards the end of the day, I was back to normal. I might have heard, I don't know if you might have heard, I work in a grocery store, so I don't know. There's quite a bit of stuff that goes on during your day. Gotta hustle and work with a sense of urgency, so I started off the day really slow and sluggish, but after my lunch break, I was feeling back to normal. And Friday, so I came back on a Thursday. On Friday I was normal. This past week, I was pretty much back to normal with work. I just didn't realize it wouldn't translate well with hiking this week. I don't regret coming out here, believe me. I don't. It's been a few weeks since I've been out here, so I'm glad I came out. Very glad. It's exactly what I needed. Nice, beautiful day here in the San Gabriel Mountains. Very nice weather, too. It's a little warm because we're on the south side of the mountain. And I'm on the spur from that saddle. I just came down the Use Trail from the top of Pacifico, hung out at the saddle for about 10-15 minutes, just sitting down, contemplating whether I wanted to go for one of those 68 40-foot plus peaks. And started crossing the gully, the little gully, started getting on the slope, and then just decided enough is enough. I don't feel like climbing up more mountains today. Did a good 1,800 feet of climbing. Getting up to the top of Pacifico was no joke, especially the way I came. See, this is a lot more gradual on the dirt roads. On the PCT, you can do it on trail the whole way. You just break off the PCT at that saddle. You just head up that steep Use Trail, and you're there. But I basically went cross country up the southeastern ridge, and that took a lot of energy out of me. But at least I got out and got back in. Got a hiking event in today, so that's really good. At least it'll get me going. So like I said, saying earlier on, this was likely going to be my last. This was going to be my last San Gabriel Mountains hike for a while, because where I'm moving, San Diego County, it's going to be pretty far away. But I still have next weekend. Next weekend is my last weekend, and I'll probably be spending some of the time getting stuff put away and ready to go. But I might be able to squeeze in another hike. I was almost going to one of these weeks. Last week I was almost going to go to the San Gabriels or San Bernardinos. Well, actually, the San Bernardinos. But depending on how much time I have next Saturday, I might do a semi-farewell, I guess you can call it, in the San Bernardino Mountains. Because the San Bernardino Mountains are going to be really far away too from where I'm living. Probably be more likely to visit the San Jacinto and Santa Rosa Mountains, because they'll be closer, albeit still pretty far away. But I think the Santa Rosas will probably be closer than the San Jacintos, especially the San Bernardino and San Gabriel Mountains. So you'll get some Santa Rosa mountain hikes in. And of course, there are mountains in San Diego County. Palomar. I think where I'm living, Palomar will probably be about as much of a drive as it was for me in OC. So we'll see how that goes. So Wednesday the 11th will be my last day at my current store location, and then the following week I'll be starting at a grocery store in the El Cajon area. I'll be transferring down there, so we'll see how that goes. And hopefully that weekend that I move, depending on the weather, maybe I'll even get a jaunt in. Maybe some kind of hike in San Diego County. Just feels good to be going gently downhill right now. The last part of that East Trail going down was really steep and sketchy. So I just got to follow this road. So yeah, I decided against hitting any more peaks today. Just really not physically and mentally there right now. A nice sugar pine right there. Because I haven't really been talking much about the trees today. But Pacifico Mountain does have some nice trees. That's for sure. Some beautiful manzanitas. Well, remember along this stretch here, I think it's a little further down, but not too much. The Forest Service planted a couple gray pines over here. We're not that far from them right now, I don't think. About 6,500 feet elevation. Seem to see them yet, but I think they might be a little further down. They're on this side here, just off the road a little bit. Just happened to catch sight of them when I was hiking up this way first time I did Pacifico Mountain. Things are very peaceful up here today. And there's Round Top right there in the center. Strawberry Peak off to its left, way in the background. I was almost considering hiking Round Top. I was going through a bunch of different possibilities. One possibility was me going to Round Top. Another possibility was me going to Crystal Lake campground area and hiking up to some of the Hawkinses, maybe Mount Hawkins, probably Middle, Sadie, and South Mount Hawkins. But I woke up early, but I didn't leave early. So yeah, I should be getting back to the main drag very soon, 3N17. Should be getting back to that relatively soon, I think. You can see it going around the south face of Pacifico Mountain. Observant as I normally am. Just kind of tired today. Last time I came here, I turned to go back. I turned right at 3N17 to head back towards Mill Creek Summit, which means came up that way and turned left onto this spur. Today, heading back to Alder Saddle. So, here's the spur. Road's closed over here, so whoever came up here in the cars must have come up from this way. So here we are, 3N17. This spur is called 3N17H. That's the name of that's the Forest Service number of the spur. So here I am. Before I start hiking that way, back down. Remember, I did a clip over here, so I'm gonna do it again. Right by this knobcomb pine right here. When I did this hike in January of 2019, this was the highest I had ever seen common chamise at that point. We're about 6,430, 6,450 feet above sea level. This was, at the time, the highest I had ever seen Adenostoma fasciculatum, variety fasciculatum. Pretty interesting. Yeah, this is common chamise. At the time, this was the highest I had ever seen this plant. But I went up to the San Jacinto Mountains last December 2021, along the Desert Divide, north of Lion Peak. There's a stretch of common chamise at 6,700 feet. So this now is the second highest I've seen common chamise. Nice looking, nice healthy. This is a big shrub. I've never seen one this large, this high up. It's taller than me. It's about 6 feet tall. So, but it is time for me to start heading down the road. So I gotta head to Alder Saddle where I'm parked. So I got to kind of wind around this mountain for a while. So here we go. 3 and 17, heading downhill. Hopefully it's all downhill the whole way. From here on, if that's the case, this is all downhill the rest of the way back, then I only have an elevation loss of about 900 feet left to go. So unless there are any uphill portions, which I'm hoping not, because my body's done for the day, and I should be able to get back with relative ease. Man, I'm tired, but I feel okay. I'm walking a very gentle downhill grade, not real steep. Never walked this part of 3 and 17. Well, we'll keep heading down. See you at my next clip.